Welcome back, everyone, to our Regretful Parents series exclusive to YouTube. In this series, we dive into the wild, messy, and sometimes heartbreaking posts from parents who regret the gig. It's not about parent bashing, it's just a reality check before you sign a lifetime contract. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Erica.
This one is from a Regretful Parents subreddit post titled, I can't have my life back and I die every waking hour.
Oh my God.
Starting off strong.
Yeah.
My kids are my biggest regret. They are now 13 and 8, but I resent them so much I don't even want to see or hear them. It's summer break and all I want is to lock myself in the room and not talk to anybody. I don't want to be called mom anymore and it pisses me off. I daydream a lot of what my life could have been if only I had had proper sex education. Adults who actually explain things to me instead of just saying, don't do this, don't do that. I wish I had had other options when I got pregnant with my first, but I didn't. I just accepted that there was no going back. And in all caps, I hate my life.
Oh my God.
Any thoughts so far?
I do appreciate that she shouted out the proper sex ed thing. I think that's fucking important. I think, honestly, part of sex ed should be parenting 101.
Yeah.
What is involved in parenting? Because not enough kids understand. I mean, what's the fucking experiment that they make kids do where you get like a fucking baby?
Yeah. You get like a fake animatronic baby, or some
Or
people
an
used to
egg.
get an egg or
Yeah.
a bag of flour.
Yeah, maybe instead of that, you do a real conversation about what parenting actually is, the legal ramifications, the cost, the economics.
Totally. But
They would never,
the
though.
government wants us to have babies. They don't want us to know the truth.
Yeah, they're like, give kids a Tamagotchi and tell them this is what parenting is.
Right. But I picked this one because specifically it had mentioned, I wish I had only had proper sex education, because I can't even fathom how many of these folks ended up having kids that they didn't want because of that. And we're obviously trending in a direction in the US where that's just going to get worse and worse. Like you hear now about schools that are teaching like abstinence-only as the only form of birth control.
That pisses me off.
The most psychotic thing I've ever heard. And the fact that these kids are now 13 and 8. So they're out of the toddler age. They're out of the baby stage where a lot of people tend to say on the internet, oh, once you get past that age, it gets a little bit better. Like these are pretty self-responsible, self-autonomous individuals at this point.
Totally.
And yet
Once
this
a kid
mom
hits 8, I think
hates.
that they're pretty good to go.
All right. Well, I hate it even more that I can't turn back time. I hate all responsibilities. I feel guilty that I'm neglecting them by being in my room most of the time. I just feel guilt and sad and angry all the time. This will sound horrible, but I know someone from my high school who had one kid and her kid died at 5 years old. I am jealous of that. Because even though the pain I'd imagine is unimaginable, she had a second chance to do it over. This parent is in dire need of help.
Dire.
It is bad.
Have they mentioned a partner yet?
I haven't seen that yet. I also dread when my kids become adults and have kids of their own. And in all caps, she wrote, I hope that doesn't happen because I don't want to be a grandma. I don't want to look after more kids, but I imagine my kids would probably stop talking to me when they realize how shitty I've been. It's fucked up that I'm waiting for that to happen. I don't know. I'm a horrible person, I know. Maybe someone should just kill me, or I get hit by a truck or get into an accident, whatever. I just fucking hate my life.
Imagine if you're the child and you find out that your mom is wishing for your death. That's fucked up.
That is fucked up. I mean, Regretful Parents subreddit is a safe place for people to vent. So I don't want to judge people's feelings, but man, that is a low that we don't usually see.
No.
I do hope This person, as we usually say on the show, I hope they are seeing a clinical psychologist and psychiatrist and that they
Yeah.
are on some type of medication, because I can't even fathom living every day hating my life like this.
I know. That's really fucked up. Wait, what was the last part of what she was saying?
She basically said, I
Oh,
just
I
hope I
remember.
die.
Well, she said that she hopes she dies, but I also think it's interesting that she said she kind of hopes that one day her kids stop talking to her once they realize how bad of a mom she was.
I think what she's saying is that she hopes her kids don't have kids because she doesn't want to be a grandma. I imagine my kids will probably stop talking to me once they realize how shitty I am. So it's fucked up that I'm waiting for that to happen. I interpreted that more as like she's anticipating that she's such a shitty mom that she knows her kids won't talk to her, not that she's waiting for her kids not to talk to her.
Sure. I wonder, though, if that will be a relief or if that will be a burden. I would love to check in with her in a couple years and see how she feels if her kids do end up going no contact.
What's interesting to me is like she doesn't talk at all about how good or not good her kids are. Like it's not like, oh, I have particularly difficult children and that's why I hate my life, or I have great children and I still just don't want to be a mom. Like it's, and for the record, I'm actually not sure if it's a woman or not.
It's got to be a woman.
I think when she said she got pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so it is definitely a woman, but we don't know any of the details other than she just hates her life. The top comment here is, if you don't want to be a grandma, teach your children safe sex practices and soon. Tell them all of the things you wish you'd known.
Yes. Exactly.
And then there's a really big reply. I will read it. This is incredibly honest. I'm a lurker here, no kids, and I don't plan on having any. I hope you're watching this and listening to the Dinky podcast. But I had to help raise my younger siblings while being a young teenager myself. And since my parents are divorced and I took on that second parent role while my mother provided for us, it made me realize I don't enjoy the responsibility or want my own kids. People say to me all the time, you'll change your mind, you'd be a good mother, and just because I've got the experience, I would knuckle down if I had kids. I do what's required, etc. Doesn't mean I would enjoy it or want to give up my freedom, my happiness, or take on all those responsibilities. I know I'd equally hate my life as much as you have expressed here if I had my own, and you being this honest is not something to feel guilty about, especially when you know you're providing for them despite hating your life and it makes you so unhappy. Apart from this sub, no one is real about how much it takes away from you. Women lie to other women. Someone always has to be there, even cooking dinner every night, the meltdowns, everything costing 100 times more, summer holidays especially. You have to entertain them and you don't get the break of them being in school all day. The guilt you feel if they're not being stimulated or if you stay in all day. I'm not a biological parent, but I fully get where you're coming from, and I'm glad you are honest where others haven't been. I think if I had brought up my siblings, I'd have maybe been tricked into having my own too.
Yeah, I do want to make one thing clear. Is like when we're saying, oh, that's so fucked up, I mean like the experience of going through that is so fucked up. I don't want to shame anybody for being honest about their experience because I do think it's very important for people to claim this in society so other people know the truth.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you start to get worried when somebody says, I wish my kid was dead, or I wish I was dead. Like that gets into unstable mental health territory. I think it just illustrates how painful this experience has been for this person. And that's as low as it can get. Oh my gosh. This reply, I'm curious about this one because it's from an old woman. I'm an old woman and I'm so glad women aren't tricked. That's how I knew it was an old woman.
I'm an old woman.
I'm an old woman and I'm so glad women aren't tricked and bullied into parenthood and dependency quite as badly as they used to be, but it's still bad. My advice is come out of the closet as much as you feel comfortable doing and talk about it. Help spread the word that women shouldn't accept this anymore. Options in life are never a bad thing. The cattle herding of women into one path in life when it is not for everyone is taking our lives away from us. That's what it is. It takes away choices to consider or live a different type of life. It denies that parenthood should be a careful consideration. Sometimes it is financially devastating to quality of life. It is physically risky, and no one talks about that. Sometimes mental health needs to be the top priority. Many times the men don't live up to the deal and you're really fucked. This is not talked about enough, and it helped me to try to help others.
Thank you, old woman.
Thank you, old woman, for your wise wisdom. Wise wisdom.
Do you think she lives in a shoe?
Yeah. Manola Blahniks. Anyway, I think I can summarize all of this with saying most of the comments are just appreciative of this person being truthful.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole vibe.
Yeah.
OP replied to another comment that I'm not going to read because it feels long, but her reply says, I love my kids too. That's why I feel guilty all of the time that I am like this. I'm also very isolated and I have no friends in real life. I keep everything to myself. I was even debating myself earlier if I should finally post on here, but the feelings are too much, especially today, so I gave in.
When people say I have no friends in real life, do they really mean they have no friends?
That means that they have internet friends probably, or possibly long distance friends.
How do you not have any friends in real life? That's something that is actually unfathomable to me.
Well, I mean, I think what's interesting is we don't know this person's living situation. She could be a single parent. Like, she could go straight from work to taking care of her kids and then go back to work every single day. When would you have time or money?
In a way, isn't it a cost saver to make a friend when you're a parent, though? Because then it's like, hey, let's go to the park together. Then you kind of have like a second person there.
Parents, let us know in the comments.
Yeah. If parents are lurking here, I'd love to know, why don't you have friends?
Oh, God. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked this content, there's more where that came from. That we have a ton of Regretful Parents episodes already filmed here on YouTube. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. And we also have an entire podcast about being child-free by choice. So listen to it here or wherever you find podcasts by searching Dinky. You can also find us on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads at Dinky Pod. And if you're child-free and you are looking to make friends, unlike this mom
lady,
you can come on a trip with us. Go to dinkypod.com for more details. Love ya.
Love ya.
Don't get pregnant.